You would think they'd make this easy, but I got to be honest with you. It's not that easy. Welcome to the live stream. There is one phone line, just one, and it's 815-714-9044. No, this will not be like the podcast. That will strictly be Chicago sports. This will be national sports, and there's really no story here. I'll start with that. Aubrey Huff is trending again on Twitter. And it's because the 2010 Giants are allegedly banning him from today's Giants are banning him from the 2010 World Series celebration. Duh. He has caused nothing but problems in the past, 6 months? Maybe that's an exaggeration. Maybe 4 months. I mean, the guy can't keep his mouth shut about things that he shouldn't even speak of. Like, not to go down this road, but all of a sudden you're a politician? I mean, not really. Just talking about like come on, dude. Like, you're creating bad attention and like you're pretty irrelevant now. So maybe just go about your life. Maybe stay off social media. Just a tip. And bravo for the Giants. I don't think that's a political thing. I know a lot of people are saying, well, they're banning him because he's a Trump supporter. No, that's not it. That's definitely not it. It's simply for the fact that he is off his rocker. The guy's got problems. I mean, there's really no way around that. I think any logical person would look at what Aubrey Huff has been doing on social media in the past 4 months, maybe 3 months, and thought, yeah, this guy's kind of an idiot. 815-714-9044. That's the phone number. There is one line. You want to call in, weigh in on anything? That's the number to call. Again, 815-714-9044. Also have to give a big shout out to Unwrapped Sports Network. Not sponsoring the stream, just supportive. Check them out on Twitter at Unwrapped Sports. There's a ton of content going out on that network. Podcasts, live streams on Sportscaster. Oh man, what else? There's a ton of articles on Unwrapped Sports Network. And the biggest thing that I want everybody to know about that network, regardless of what you think about about the content that's being put out, great people. Really, really good people. So, if you're looking to support a quote unquote smaller network that doesn't have the ESPN credentials or any real big news, sports news place, that's the place to go. Really good people based in Los Angeles. Must be nice. And just head over there and check out their stuff. The other thing I wanted to get into, and maybe this is where people can chime in, again, 815-714-9044. Nick Markakis, Braves outfielder, chimes in on the Astros situation. And by the way, I know a lot of people are going to say, this is exhausting. Like, can we just can we just move on from this? Like, players are now talking, like, after, the season's gonna start and players, I guess, have the opportunity to speak about it because they're being asked at spring training. This isn't going away. It's not going away this year, it's not going away next year, it's not going away in 2 years. This is not just a scandal. This isn't, this isn't somebody doing a bad thing and time heals all wounds. This is you've done just about the worst thing you can do. And they're not sorry. I said this on the podcast, they're not sorry. So I don't I hope people aren't believing that they're sorry, because that's just, I mean, that's just not true. But Nick Markakis comes out this morning and says, "I thought the commissioner's punishment was weak. I thought uh, their apologies were weak, and everybody deserves a beating over there." Yeah, yeah, pretty much. And I like the people who, like, Astros fans and just people who are like, okay, like, this is ridiculous, just let it go. People on social media, okay, well, who's Nick Markakis anyway? Well, no, wait a second. Nick Markakis has been playing this game the right way. And by the way, he was probably the co-star of the Baltimore Orioles with Brian Roberts. If I have my eras correct and my seasons correct, I believe that the right side of the field for Baltimore was pretty fun to watch when they had Markakis and they had Brian Roberts. Correct me if I'm wrong. 815-714-9044. 815-714-9044. If you want to chime in on the conversation. I just think that if you're talking Astros, there is no way that you can talk anything good right now. No one cares about their pitching staff. No one cares about anybody on their roster. And the unfortunate thing is that the young players coming up that had nothing to do with 2017, they have to deal with it. Joe Random's a rookie this year. It's his first ever time in the big leagues, and he's going to get booed for no reason. He's been working his tail off to get to the major leagues, and he's getting booed because of something that happened 3 years ago that just came out now. And unfortunately, he's in a sour franchise. The collateral damage that the Houston Astros have created, not only for the league, but for themselves. You didn't really think you were going to get away with that, did you? I mean, that's nuts. Like, think about that. 2017, there's players in their system now that were still could have still been in high school. And probably were. They weren't thinking about, "Oh, well, I might play for the Astros someday." And then fast forward to 2020, they're trying to make their way up into the system. And if I'm in double A or I'm in triple A, I don't know if I want to get to the show. I don't know if I want to get called up to an organization that is the absolute black eye in the league. I I just I just don't know if that's something I want, and it's a huge problem because like I said, these guys they're busting their asses, man, and the Astros blew it. They straight up blew it. I just think it's ridiculous. And no, you can't take the title away from them because that solves nothing. Everybody knows they're not champions. Unbelievable. All right, let's see. Let's go back to the wasn't on the chat screen, so apologize for that. I just kind of think that, and again, like I suppose I don't have like crazy credentials to really speak deeply on this, but this is, it's just coming from a place where like I've been watching baseball for my entire life, and I'm so unbelievably disappointed that a major league franchise, instead of doing it the right way, instead of you had the players, instead of working hard, instead of creating a on-field talent advantage, you went the sleazy route and slithered your way into a championship. And that's why Nick Markakis wants to beat everybody's ass. That's why Cody Bellinger is saying these people are a joke. They're a joke. That's why your players are going to get thrown at this year. And Dusty Baker, you're not getting in front of this. You actually just made it worse. What the Astros need to do is just not talk. Just not talk. I mean, if you think that if you think that getting in front of the media and going, listen, I know that obviously a lot of people are gonna look at us differently, but can we not throw at our players? No. You want us to like give you another pass? All your players just got immunity. Not giving you another pass. I'll say it again. I said it on the pod. You're getting 95 to 100 behind your back. Or it might even just be worth it to hit you. If I'm a pitcher, come on, man. I'll take the suspension and the fine. Worth it. Because it's everybody against the Astros now. The Astros are the enemy. And to be honest with you, I'm really happy that I don't know what happened. I don't know what switch flipped. I think they're all pissed. But I'm really happy that players are finally growing some stones and speaking their mind about it. 815-714-9044. 815-714-9044. That's the number to call. Join in on the conversation, because Nick Markakis is going to fight everybody, and we all got to be there to see it. What happened? I get it that sign stealing has been a part of the game, but I have a very strong opinion on that. I believe that, yes, sign stealing has been a part of the game. But that sign stealing was somebody on second base. That sign stealing was done without electronics and garbage cans. And like the garbage can thing, they weren't being subtle. That's not a subtle. You're pounding on a garbage can. That's not subtle at all. And then you're like a deer in the headlights when you get caught. Like, you're sitting in the dugout going, whoa, wait, me? No, that wasn't me. Come on. Like, I'm worked up about this because them getting caught and them like barely apologizing, like they're just like, all right, shut up about it. My bad. The biggest issue isn't the fact that pitchers are going to throw at the Houston Astros. The biggest issue for me is the attitude that the Astros are going to carry throughout the season. And it's a mixture of, I'm going to stick up for myself, and a continued cocky attitude that they've carried since, I don't know, the immediate moment they got caught. I didn't mind the Astros at all before any of this. In fact, when the White Sox played them at the G last summer, the only reason why I wanted to beat them is because in my seat, they were the American League juggernaut. Like, they were the team to beat. And now it's hard to sit here and say that the 2017 Astros won a World Series because of talent, because they didn't. How talented are these players? Now we don't know. We have no idea. How great is Carlos Correa? He's good. He's good. Like, you have to, even if you know what pitch is coming, you have to be somewhat good to hit the pitch. Is he great? I have no idea. These scouting reports are going to get completely torn apart. And here's my question. Like, what are going to be the measures? And maybe this has come out, but what are going to be the measures to make sure that they don't do it again? Like, are you going to have an executive walk through the clubhouse and walk down up and down the tunnel to make sure they're not doing anything? Are you going to have executives walk around the stadium to make sure there's no extra camera? Are you going to, like, what are you going to do to make sure that this doesn't happen again? not just with the Astros, but with other teams. And by the way, if you're another team and you decide to try this, you're dumb. Like, without question, dumb. 815-714-9044. That's the number to call to join in on the conversation. 815-714-9044. Talking to Astros scandal and reaction because they're continuing to come out. Nick Markakis wants to fight the whole team. He's got Marcus Stroman and Cody Bellinger on his side who have spoken out about it. A number of other players. Chris Bryant was too nice about it. I don't think Chris Bryant can be mean, by the way. I don't know. Like, I feel like Chris Bryant is one of those guys where, like, his girlfriend cheats on him, or, well, now his wife. Like, totally hypothetical, so don't go nuts. But, like, his wife cheats on him, and, like, he apologizes. That's just the kind of guy I think Chris Bryant is. And we'll talk about this more on the podcast, probably Friday's episode. But Cubs would be stupid. They'd be stupid to not extend him. I just a little bit about that. I just don't know if Theo Epstein is gonna see the value in KB. And by the way, an extension's it's not getting done before he's a free agent. That's just how Boris works. Smart on Boris. But that's just he doesn't work that way. You have more leverage if you're a free agent. You're not gonna give me $30 million? I'll just go here. That's how it works. Pretty simple. But we'll see how this season unfolds with the Astros. I they're really gonna have problems. Huge problem. Fault of their own, 100%. But Rob, like Rob Manfred is, people are giving him a pass. Like Jeff Passan was on ESPN 1000 this morning with David Kaplan, and the hunk of metal thing got brought up by Passan, and he said, "Look, like if you're talking for your entire league for 45 minutes, you're bound to make a mistake," and he made a bad one. Listen, you can make a mistake. You can make a mistake about a franchise or like a budget or a TV deal or something, but the pinnacle of the sport, the one thing that every single team works for years. I dare you to tell Cubs fans that that's just a piece of metal. Dare you. Was it a mistake? Of course it was. But I can't sit here and tell you that I'm or that I'm sympathetic to his comment when his previous actions of disciplinary action against the Astros, granting all the players immunity. I'm sorry, but your history doesn't add up to you caring about the game how you should. Because, like, let's think about this. Those players that cheated, they cheated. They knew. They all knew. All of them. Did the manager and the GM, they all knew too. But I feel like there was no negotiation in the interrogation. I feel like he went in there and went, can you please tell us?" And they're like, no." Okay, well, okay, how about this? I promise you won't get in trouble." That's such like it's a childish thing. Like, just tell me you won't get in trouble. Come on. Of course they're gonna tell you. You just granted them immunity. So Jose Altuve, the focus of this entire thing, knew what pitch was coming to send his team to the World Series, and he's gonna start the season. He's playing. Like there were no punishments to the main player that this is surrounded by. In such a large moment, there's nothing. That's wild to me. And this is why baseball gets a bad rap. This is why baseball is not even top 2 popular sports. I would say they're 3rd on that list. Not sure statistically, I'm not sure, but just from the feel of it as the years go on and the amount of social interaction, they're 3rd on that list. Because what's happening is players are now I get it. Major League Baseball, like individual players don't have that they don't find themselves in scandals all the time. Rare even. But when they do, like this specific situation, and there's no punishment and like right off the bat there was immunity, somebody who isn't a fan of baseball is going to go, "Well, that's why I don't watch that sport. What a joke." Come on, man. Like I get it. And Tim Anderson was on Yes Network a week ago, and they asked it that his name is blanking me. The broadcaster for the Yankees, TV broadcaster. He brought that up. He said, "Oh yeah, how come they didn't get suspended? And do you think they should be suspended?" And Tim Anderson was like, "Well, who are we going to play then? Like who? Is it outlandish to suspend the entire franchise? Like, is that a crazy thought? Because I don't think it is. I just I feel like you telling the franchise, "You're not playing this year. And by the way, we're still taking your draft picks." Or what do you make all their prospects come like there's much more drastic things that you could have done to the Astros for cheating their way into and winning a World Series. I mean, Chris Bryant said it best, and I think Cody Bellinger said this too. Multiple players did. they would still be doing it if they didn't get caught. They're not sorry they did it. They're sorry they got caught. So why are we letting them play? It just doesn't make any sense to me. Am I excited to see everybody boo the Astros all year long? Absolutely. But I'd probably be more excited to see them sidelined. Personal preference. 815-714-9044. That's the number to call. Join in that conversation. 815-714-9044. Man, this national stuff gets sticky. It gets weird. Like the scene in Chicago is, I mean, sure you could say like, oh, it's corrupt. There's a lot of corruption. But there's really no, I mean, maybe I'm blanking on some things, but there's really not much scandalous activity, even with like individual players. Again, maybe I'm skipping over something. I can't find an instance though. Pretty straight, pretty straightforward here, as it should be. But I think this would be a much, I mean, I think this would be this would be a giant catastrophe. Can you imagine if the Cubs did exactly what the Astros did to win their first World Series in 100 plus years? Like, can you imagine the repercussions that would be taken on the Cubs? I really, really think that the punishment is based off of what team did it. Just my thought. And the unfortunate thing is, I mean, there's a lot of unfortunate things. A $5 million fine, they're going to make that in 3 days. That's like asking them to shut down their, to you can't play any games from, okay, I hope you're ready for this. June 2nd to June 5th. You can't play. We're gonna forfeit those games. And they're like, "Oh, okay. How about we'll just run a merch sale, 10% off, and we'll make that money back." So yeah, we'll take that. We'll take that suspension. Sure, no problem. And by the way, the week after the Yankees are coming to town, so that's gonna sell out, and tickets will be more expensive there. So yeah, we'll actually profit on this situation. So sure, we'll no problem doing that. Maybe we'll go golfing or something. It's crazy to me. 815-714-9044. 815-714-9044. That's the phone number to call. There's one line. This is not a large budget radio station. MPB Studios is cozy, but it's not a rich place. One positive though, no flickering lights. We're all good over here. If you're following I'm sorry, if you're not following the podcast, at Part Timer Pod on Twitter, You can follow my personal account where a lot more national stuff. Part Timer Podcast is more, it's strictly Chicago and anything else that's popular because who doesn't want to go after the things that are trending? Personal account is at Shy Sports Josh. Follow me there. That one just got started. And I got to tell you, it's a little weird to have like 50 followers. Like I literally just started it, but it's weird. I kind of like it. I kind of enjoy it. My timeline's not it's not going nuts. I can find the things that I actually want to find on my timeline. It's nice. I can appreciate a fresh start on on Twitter. But that podcast account though, at 3,000 followers, and I've been saying this for a couple weeks. 3,000 followers, there will be a giveaway. So the sooner I get to 3,000, the sooner somebody wins something for free. I enjoy giving back. I would also suggest following that account because every once in a while, mainly for Blackhawks games, I'll probably do this during the season, during baseball season, and probably football. I mean, I'll just do it. I think it's fun predicting the outcome of a game. Like the Hawks play the Rangers tomorrow night. I'll say, hey, reply to this with the final score prediction and the winner, and you'll win some money. Venmo or PayPal. And I enjoy basing it off of the sum of both goals. So if it's 3-1 and you win, you get $4. And people are like, oh, it's not even worth it. Dude, I ain't made of money over here. This podcast doesn't make any money. Come on now. That $4 is going to get you a coffee if you don't go to Starbucks. Humble yourself. Go to Dunkin'. Which is I think it's better coffee anyway, by the way. I prefer Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Haven't had it in a long time, but Dunkin' over Starbucks. 1, the price. 2, the taste. Say what you want about their core values, whatever. The product's good, in my opinion. The Dodgers are gonna win 135 games this year, and they're probably gonna they're probably gonna get bounced. I'm kidding. I think they. I think this is probably the year that I mean they're the obvious favorite in the National League. But I just, I don't know. You never know what can happen throughout the season. But I think they just cruise. I think they cruise through the regular season again because somebody needs to get competitive in that NL West. Like if the Rockies ship Arenado, they're going to be bad for years. They're already bad with him. And the Padres, I think they're still a couple years away. I know they have Tatis and Machado, and they got somebody else this offseason too. Or they were trying to. I don't remember exactly, but I think they're still a couple years away from like that 90 win mark because they're extremely young too. So Dodgers they're set up to win the division for another 4 years, maybe 3 years, easily for sure 3. Like you might as well just give them the title, the division title, for the next 3 years. That's tough. Hey, I didn't know Dodgers fans can't. They're not on TV. Like they have their own network too, similar to the Marquee Network. Is that true? Because that doesn't make any sense. Like, you're in LA. Why not have uh, the TV deal, stream deal thing and your own network? It's just it's nuts to me. I don't really, we can get into that on the podcast, but I just don't really understand it. 815-714-9044. It's the number to call to join in on the conversation. 815-714-9044. Questions, I'll take them. Even if I don't know, I'll take them. I'm not afraid to guess. Um, the the last thing I wanted to talk about actually was how come after the NBA All-Star game we try and we media members try and create these headlines that are centered around the Bulls, and they're centered around the fact that the Bulls aren't very good, and they like they twist it like, oh, the NBA All-Star game in Chicago is going to lead to how do I say this? Like like a bad reputation because clearly, they can have the All-Star game and successful and they love it, but people love the city, but they don't love the organization. Well, I mean, duh. Duh. Like, okay, Derrick Rose, Taj Gibson, Joakim Noah, Luol Deng, like, they're all like, yeah, I would come back and play. But I it's it's so much more than that. The product sucks. Like, if you win 25 games and expect to sign a big free agent in the offseason, a lot of I think the biggest like, the thing is, if you're a star basketball player, and no, I don't mean like LeBron James, I mean like a tier down, because I don't believe the Bulls can land a LeBron James type player. I don't think they can do it. I think they have to turn it around more. I think they have to get a respectable coach in the mix, but you have to like you have to first of all, you have to win, but for the NBA player, in my opinion, winning is probably I would say that in NFL. Winning is probably like top priority because if I'm a star basketball player and Memphis offers me, I don't know, let's call it like let's just call it 15 million and they just lost 68 games and I'm trying to think of like another bad weather state like Memphis. I mean, Tennessee's okay, right? Let's say, oh, Minnesota's too cold. Let's just say like I don't know. Let's just say the Pacers. Like whatever. The Pacers just won 53 games, and I'm gonna go into a lineup with high quality players, and that win total has a really good chance of continuing to grow with me on the team. And they offer me 15. I'm going to the Pacers. Maybe does that mean that Memphis has to give me 20? Yeah, but I want to win. I mean, that's just my mindset, but I feel like the NBA and the NFL are pretty much like that. I feel like winning is top of the list. Like, I don't want to go and suck for the next 4 years just to make $60 million. The money's great, but I would like to win a championship. As every player does. But if an NBA team wants to create, like the Bulls, if they want to create a hotbed for free agents, and if they want to live up to the expectation that Chicago is the mecca of basketball, you need to create a foundation that can be built upon. And right now they don't have it. We'll see what happens in the offseason, but right now I don't see it. I don't think they have it. So we'll see what happens. Who they go after for this new GM thing. There's going to be a ton of shakeup apparently in the front office, but who knows? Who knows? 815-714-9044. 815-714-9044. That's the number to call to get in on the conversation. I'm going to bring something up that I did not cover. Go for it. Follow on Twitter at PartTimerPod and at Shy Sports Josh. And another shout out to the Unwrapped Sports Network. A lot of XFL coverage over there. A lot of opinions on the XFL. So if you're interested in the league that I think maybe might be able to stick around just because of their broadcast style, head over there and check out their stuff. I can't get into it. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I think the play is just too slow. Like it just feels like a minor league. And I would actually really enjoy if the NFL created that sort of relationship with the XFL. I think it would give players much more opportunity. And I think it would also stabilize the XFL. I'm not saying that they're unstable and that they're going to be irrelevant in a year or two, but I think it would stabilize the league, create more jobs. Like if you want to think of it that way, I just kind of think that maybe instead of competing with the XFL for fans and stuff like that, I just feel like maybe you can use it to your advantage. Because like Cody Parkey, when he was on the Bears, should have been sent down. Like you're going to the minors. But then, of course, now you create, okay, well, where are we going to, okay, what teams are affiliated with who? Now we need more teams. So I get it. It's not a simple thing. Just something I would enjoy. I think wrapping up this live stream is the direction we're headed. So again, follow on Twitter at PartTimerPod, at Shy Sports Josh. Save the number 815-714-9044. That's the number to call. Join in on the show. I'll continue to do these, and they'll get better. They'll definitely get better. So thanks for tuning in, following, and subscribing. And when the news breaks, go to Twitter. Just make sure everything that you're looking at is true, because there's some weirdos out there. Again, appreciate you tuning in. Not sure a schedule on this, but when it's necessary, I suppose. Hope everybody has a great day. We'll talk to you soon.